This is Emma Chamberlain, a YouTuber with over 10 million subscribers, and she gets between 3 to 5 million views per video that she posts, and on average she gets between 25 million to 30 million views per month. And in 2019, she came out with a line of coffee, and if just 0.1% of the people that watch her videos every month purchase coffee from her website, that would be 25,000 sales per month. And if we assume on average, every order made on her website costs around $40, that's $1 million in sales per month that she is making with her coffee company. And that's not even including all the sales that could come from her Instagram, where she has over 13 million followers and she gets between 1 to 2 million likes per post. In fact, Emma Chamberlain has probably made over $32 million from her coffee company. Now, of course, that's revenue and not profit. There are costs associated with running a business like this. She had to pay for the product that she's selling. She had to pay for the coffee beans, the packaging, the shipping, storage, things like that. And then on top of that, she has to pay credit card processing fees, which if you're accepting a credit card in an online store, that's not free. You have to pay the credit card company a small percentage of your sales. And there's things like marketing and just other random expenses. But still, Emma Chamberlain has probably done over $14 million in profit for this coffee company. Let me show you how I came up with these numbers, how she did it, and maybe most importantly, how you can do it too, because she did something that is absolutely genius. She is selling a physical product that she's passionate about online and making a ton of money doing so. So hit the like button because we're gonna break down how people are becoming millionaires by selling physical products online. Now, as I mentioned, we can assume that Emma Chamberlain's doing at least $1 million in sales per month. But that's not even including potential repeat customers, because part of the genius of selling a product like coffee is it's addictive and consumable, meaning people are going to drink it and that they're going to need to order more. And with a product like coffee, you're probably going to reorder every single month. And we can see on the Chamberlin Coffee website that they're really pushing the subscribe and save. And this is a very common ingenious feature that a lot of websites incorporate because they know that it takes a lot of energy to get a new customer. But once they have that customer, they want to make sure that they can make as much money as possible from that customer. This is called the LTV, or the lifetime value of a customer. And as a business owner, if you can get someone to subscribe and save to your product, basically meaning the customer gives the business owner their credit card and says, hey, just make sure this product shows up at my door every single month. That is the best case scenario for creating a high lifetime value. And we can assume, based on these numbers, in Emma's first year, she probably did around $12 million at least in revenue. But in her second year, that number probably went up because she already had a bunch of customers that were already buying products from her. Plus, on top of that, she had a flow of new customers because you're going to have the current customers that are going to keep buying, probably because they're on a subscription. And then on top of that, you'll have new customers. So in her second year of selling coffee with this company, we could probably assume at least $20 million in revenue. But it's important to remember that revenue is not profit, and a bag of coffee sells for around $20 on Emma's website, which is a lot of money for coffee, but she doesn't get to keep all that money because she has to pay for the product itself. Plus, on top of that, she has to pay for a 3PL, or a third-party logistics company. And a third-party logistics company makes it so running her e-commerce website is easy. What they do is basically every time she gets an order on her website, she doesn't have to do any of the work. She sends that information to this 3PL, which has a giant warehouse full of all her inventory, and they pick, pack, and ship the product out to her customer, which basically means that Emma Chamberlain doesn't have to do anything to run her company, but that does cost some money. So let's break it down. For a $20 bag of coffee, she's probably spending around $4.10 just for the coffee beans, assuming that she's using high quality coffee beans. She's also gonna have to pay for the packaging as well as a fee to get the coffee beans into that packaging. On top of that, she'll have to pay for the exterior box that she ships her product in. And there's gonna be a pick and pack fee, which is the 3PL's fee for storing the inventory at their warehouse and picking, packing, and shipping out the products every single time. There's also going to be a fee that she has to pay for shipping out this product to the customer, but she actually charges extra for shipping, so we're not going to include that cost. I'll also include a buffer of $1 worth of other expenses that I didn't include. And we can see from a $20 bag of coffee, she's probably making a profit of around $11, which is around a 56% profit margin, meaning of that $1 million per month in revenue that we estimate she's doing, she's probably doing closer to $560,000 in profit. And on top of this, there's going to be other expenses of running her e-commerce website, things like credit card fees, paying for advertising, which I noticed she does remarketing advertising, which means if you go to her website and you browse around and you go to other websites, you'll see ads for her coffee all over the place. And of course, there's just other miscellaneous expenses for running an e-commerce website. So she's probably doing closer to around $300,000 to $400,000 in profit per month, which is still an insane amount of money, which means in total, she's probably done about $32 million in sales, over $14 million in profit. And I'm going to talk about how she did it and how you can do it too in just a minute. Now, the most important thing she did is she's selling a product that she's actually passionate about. She loves coffee. She talks about coffee in all her videos. And when she first came out with a product, she was actually selling something that was relatively unique. She was originally selling individual coffee bags that you could use to make cold brew coffee. And when these first came out, she was selling a 30 pack for around $60. So another thing that she did that was very smart was she was selling a premium product. She wasn't trying to compete on price. And when you sell a premium product online, that means you can charge a premium price, which basically means you have a higher profit margin. Another brilliant thing that she did is she didn't just sell merch like every other YouTuber is doing. She tried to sell a product that was relatively unique. Now, that being said, at the end of the day, she knew that her audience would likely buy coffee because she talks about coffee so much in her YouTube videos, and a big percentage of people watching her channel want to be like her. They want to experience what life like her would be like. And sure, she could sell some boring merch, but at the end of the day, only really super fans are going to buy a t-shirt with her name on it. But a huge percentage of her audience probably drinks coffee, and so this was a perfect product to sell. She also expanded her product line, which increases the average order value, because once she saw that she was having success with the individual coffee bags, she realized that some people don't want to buy those. Some people just want to buy bags of whole coffee or ground coffee. And on top of that, she added different types of bundles. And earlier in this video, we estimated that the average order value was around $40, but that's probably really conservative. The average order value is probably a lot higher, because yes, some people are only going to order one bag of coffee, but a lot of people are probably going to order every single flavor of coffee and a bundle and a bunch of other stuff. Now, because she has such a large audience, she was able to get away with selling a product that's really not that unique, not that different. I mean, you can buy so many different types of coffee, but because she had a large audience, she knew that if she could create a product that was a little bit better for her audience than the competition, that she would be able to have success. Now, the truth is, if you want to make money with e-commerce, the most important lesson you can learn from this is to grow an audience. The reason that Emma Chamberlain is able to make millions of dollars per year with her e-commerce brand is because she first created an audience. And before I get into the second step on how you can create your own e-commerce brand, it's important to remember that Emma Chamberlain is actually making a lot more money with her e-commerce brand than even a few $100,000 per month. Because when you're making money from a business, it's not like making money from a job. If at some point you get sick of your job and you want to walk away, you stop making money as soon as you quit your job. But with a business, what you're doing is you're actually building an asset. So if Emma Chamberlain wanted to walk away from her business, she could sell her business for a lot of money. She could probably sell it for around 5 to 7 times her yearly profit, which means she could probably sell this company for $50 to $70 million. And I say that because that is the real benefit of starting a business, is that you can eventually, if you get sick of it, sell it for a lot of money. And that was something that I was able to do with one of my e-commerce businesses. And if you want to learn step-by-step how to create your own e-commerce business, I did a video right here where I share how I was able to create an online business and sell it for a decent amount of money. So click on that video. I'll see you in the next video, and I'll show you how you can create your own online business.